About you, you're the one that I want. So come on, give me love. I'ma show you how to move, how to move.
Child, good morning, girl. Good morning. Child, I had to squeeze this in on y'all because it's the only time I got to talk about a goddamn thing today. So I had to squeeze this in. I know this a little bit earlier than usual, and most people gonna catch this on the playback. But I figure around this point, a lot of y'all would just start to get up, put Folgers in your cup, going to work, getting off top of your man. Hello. And for the straight niggas getting off your winnings. So, I figured this would be a better time than any. And the only thing that I really want to talk about, and oh, that's why. The only thing I'm here to talk about is the music tribute, the 106 Apart tribute. I'm not here to talk about the whole thing because I ain't seen none of that shit. I just saw the 106 Apart tribute on YouTube this morning. So I decided to get up here and talk to y'all about it for a little bit. So that's it. So no, I didn't see everything else. No, I didn't know who won. Well, don't know who won. I don't know who else who performed. I just saw what I wanted to see, and that's why we here. I appreciate you, Dominic. Okay? I appreciate you. Won't it? See, it had to be something that I got up here and clicked my button. Good morning, child. Because it wasn't about Cedar. That lady. Okay, it wasn't about Cedar. Don't get me wrong, they should do one for Cedar's World. They could do that for her 2020. What's this, 2025? They could do that in 2025. I mean 2026. They could give Cedar a nasty piece of tribute in 2026. 2025 was about 106 and pop. Okay. It was about 106 and pop. AJ won't dare either. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna bring that up too. I don't know. Maybe she did, and they didn't show that part. Maybe she did. I don't know. But you need to see the Jamie Foxx tribute. I had all of my feels, child. Not the Jamie Foxx tribute. You said Free popped out. When? I must have missed Free popping out. Because like I say, I just saw the performance. And I saw the host, in between the performances. Um Terrence J looked kind of good in his white tux, didn't he? But that's neither here nor there. Free introduced B2K. That was Cersei. I ain't see all that. I saw the performances. Well, shout out to Free for showing up. Y'all remember the song Free had? Tell me y'all remember the rap song Free came out with. It featured somebody. I can't think who it featured now. Who was it? Was it Benny Siegel? I think it was Benny Siegel. Y'all remember that song y'all Free came out with back in the gap? I think it featured Benny Siegel. Let me see. I could be wrong, but I think it was Benny Siegel. What was it called? I can't even think of the name of the song. Hold on. Yeah, Wonder Why by with Benny Siegel. Wonder Why. I remember that song. Child. Wonder Why. Oh yeah, I see it now. I had to look it up. Shout out to Free. Child, that was the golden years, honey. Okay, we'll never get them back. See, that was the time. That was my middle school year, honey. That's when I really was started getting into 106. Like that was my middle school year, child. Like, Lord Jesus, them days is gone. Didn't Free have a verse on Fighting Temptations? I think so. I think so. I saw what you said, Keisha Boo. I'm gonna talk about that too. That's how I felt about A. Marie. No shade. I know exactly how you feel, friend. That's how I felt about A. Marie. That's exactly how I felt about A. Marie, Keisha. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it, Tim and Mark. We 9 minutes and we just hit 9 minutes. So y'all got enough time to get my likes up though. I mean, I'm cool with what she gave. Don't get me wrong. One thing was me and my neighbor shit. Okay. One thing was me and my neighbor shit. Like, I remember going to her house during the summertime, chilling it. Every time the video came on, that was me and her shit. She was older than I was, of course. She had an apartment. I was 17. All right. But that was our shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating. All I'm saying is, considering that I remember, don't worry about I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. So I get what Keisha's saying. 10. So child, listen. Um, we here to talk about the one nasty piece of 106 and Park tribute that BET gave to 106 and Park and them. And you know what? As a millennial and as a huge fan of 106 and Park, because I'm the AJ and Free era, be clear. I appreciate it. I totally appreciated it. I was here for the artists that y'all chose. I was here for the artists that came out, especially Maya. Are we gonna get to Maya in it? Listen, look, we gonna talk about it. All right, we gonna talk about it. Okay, period. I'm the AJ and Free era. Let's be clear. All right. Um, yeah, it did. They became way more popular than TRL. I was here for. But listen, all of the artists that they chose, I was here for it. I appreciate the artists for coming to do it. Thank y'all so much, especially Maya. Especially Maya. Listen, Maya killed me. Maya was my most favorite part. But Bow Wow. Maya, Maya was my most favorite part out of everybody. Everybody. Oh, okay. Maya gave me my absolute complete life. I wanted nothing more after that. Okay. I wanted nothing more after that. I was so here for it. Now you watched her performance 3 times already. Lord Jesus, Maya still got it. After all these years, Maya still got it. Like I was down for it. All right. I was here for Jimmy Jones. Okay, shout out to Jimmy Jones. Of course, T.I. had to be there. I totally get it. And I get why they made Bow Wow the final performance because, yeah, that is true. I remember when Bow Wow's first video and song was the new joint of the day. Okay. I remember when his shit was the new joint of the day. I remember that. I remember that. And I remember his shit being number one for many weeks. Okay. I totally remember that. I do. I think he got 106 and Park off the ground, if I got the story straight. I believe he helped get 106 and Park off the ground, if I got my history straight. Do I got my history straight? Because I remember that being talked about. Was it on a Lil Bow Wow documentary? I think it may have been on a Lil Bow Wow documentary, but I think him coming out there, his video, that song, like all of that coincided together, like, and it got 106 and Park off the ground. So I get why they made Bow Wow and I was sad for that. He was the first, he was the number one for right, and he was up there for a hot little minute. Okay, he was. So I get it. I get it, and I won't mad at it. Stayed number one. He did. Every song and every video that he came out with stayed number one. It didn't matter who was up there. If he came out with a song in the video, that bitch went number one the next day. Okay. The next day. It was number one and just stayed there. And this leads me to Keisha Boo. When Keisha said, "Hey bestie," when Keisha said you would have thought that B2K did, I agree. Once again, I remember when B2K first video, was new joint of the day. I remember when they shit was new joint of the day. I remember that. I remember that. And then they shit stayed number one from then on. I remember that. So I totally understand Keisha when she say that, which leads me to A. Marie. And I love A. Marie. But I remember when Why Don't We Fall in Love was the new joint of the day. And that was my song, bitch. I remember that. I was in the 8th grade. I remember that. That was my shit. I loved her video. I loved it. So that was my point with her. Me too. I was in the 7th grade. Right, Scotty? I remember that. And that was my damn song. And that was my video. So I get Keisha when I get it. I get it. I feel the same way. Yeah, A. Marie, her first album was Everything. Y'all know my shit is I Died. Okay. I Died was my song, girl. Like I died right along with it. I was right with it. See, bitch, we should have did this together. LOL, all these memories. We still can. Ain't no basketball wives. We still can. What you doing Wednesday? What JoJo doing? Did he see it? Because I know it's short notice. Y'all will want to promote it. We still can. We can give out individual things and then save a lot of memories and shenanigans and stuff for the thing. But I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. That's why I said, bitch, when Maya can't listen. First of all, I'm gonna say Maya. Ashanti. Wait, before I get to Ashanti, Keisha. I'm gonna knock it down one by one. Keisha, they say you going on tour. I ain't gonna lie. I hope you not as shaky on tour. But I'd allow you to have it, KC, because again, I remember when you first came out. I remember your video. I remember watching it on 106 and Park. I remember all of that, Keisha. So I'm not gonna do that to you. You know, I'm just saying, just saying, just saying. I love Keisha. I remember going to Target and buying her first album. I love Keisha. I'm not up here. Okay, and her second album was the best out of all of them, in my opinion. Just Like You was her best album out of all of the ones that she got. Just Like You, in my opinion, has to be her best body of work. So not too much because I'm going to listen. Listen, well, bestie, listen, you heard it. I guess that's what you got to look. I guess that's what you got to look forward to. But and no shade, no shade. It is her best one. It is like Just Like You, in my opinion, has to be Keisha Cole's best era of music album. Again, I remember going to Target, bitch, buying that out. So so that's Keisha. But you look good though, tacky, tacky, and you always look tacky. No shade. So at least you keeping up with what you started, but tacky nonetheless. But I'm gonna let you have it. I'm here for it. Ashanti, thank you so much for allowing the dancers to do what you hired them to do. A little something, something. And I appreciate you for just allowing them to do it. Thank you. Because I also remember, first of all, I remember when Foolish, once again, I remember when Foolish was the new joint of the day. And I remember when Ashanti stayed being on the number one. I remember when Foolish was the new joint of the day, and I loved it. I loved it because she had Terrence Howard in it. I loved it for the little dramatities about it, and she was gorgeous. So I was down for it. And plus, she was a part of Murder Inc. Y'all know I loved me some Ja Rule, and she always had him around. So that caught my attention off rip. So I remember all of that. Shout out. But you know what? I also remember, Ashanti. I also remember you coming up here doing your second album. I also remember you going on 106 Apart and you trying to sing and dance to Rain on Me, and it was a complete flop. So I appreciate you for picking the struggle. Oops. Because Ashanti no Tino Shade, I also remember the people saying you could sing down to the studio, but so far as like in live, and then you want to add dancing to it. eh. So I'm really glad that you just did a little shimmy shimmy here, shimmy shimmy yow, shimmy shimmy yay, or whatever, and sung. All right, you sounded cute. You sounded cute. You know what I mean? And I'm glad you just allowed them what little dancing that they was doing. I'm glad that when you did decide to do something, you did a little shimmy shimmy yow, shimmy 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 yay, and that was that. So I appreciate that, Ashanti. Thank you. Um, I mean, I ain't saying they were struggling. Like I ain't gonna say because honestly, Ashanti sounded decent. She didn't try to do too much. She didn't try to do no Tasha runs. She didn't try to overcompensate. She did decent, and I accepted it more because she didn't try to sing and dance. I appreciated her for just picking one. So it was cool. KC, yeah, I mean, but whatever. Let me tell you something. Maya came out here, in my opinion, and shut shit down the way she always shut shit down. And to be honest, I feel like Maya gets overlooked a lot. This performance, in my opinion, proves that Maya gets overlooked a lot, and I don't understand what more she has to do to prove she that bitch. Like, because Maya came out here, sung and danced. All right, like I was here for it. Did you see? And what's funny was when you pan in the crowd, all of the niggas was singing her song. I saw all the niggas jamming to Case of the X. That was the funniest part for me. All of the niggas was jamming the Case of the X. They do it word from word. Am I lying, Scotty? Did you catch that? Don't do Jim Jones like that. Like, I won't too totally upset for Jim Jones being there. I mean, he did come on 106 and Park, you know. I mean, I don't remember him being up there. Now I don't remember him being up there like Tom about it, but I know he was there. I know he was there. Like, let Jimmy Jones live. Okay? Let Jimmy Jones live. All right. I ain't gonna get mad at Jimmy Jones for. I mean, don't get me wrong. I felt the same way y'all did. I really didn't understand why his old tired ass was there. But let me tell you who I was here for. B2K, all four of them. I was here for B2K's performance, even though they could have did uh-huh. They could have did uh-huh. And they could have did y'all didn't have to do bump bump bump. I would have been fine with y'all doing uh-huh and girlfriend. Y'all could have did girlfriend over bump bump bump. I wasn't the hugest, whatever about bump bump, but I did love girlfriend. You know what I mean? Y'all could have did them two, and I'd have been fine with it. But I was here for the performance. I'm glad all the four of y'all came for it because again, y'all was supposed to be there. Y'all was a part of the AJ and Free era, and y'all was supposed to be there. So I'm glad that y'all set y'all differences aside, if there's any, and y'all came out there and shut shit down the way y'all was supposed to shut shit down. Thank y'all, because again, I remember y'all being a new joint. I fell in love with y'all. Okay, I remember first album came out the day after my birthday. Okay, I remember going to Walmart getting y'all album. That was my birthday gift, right? So I appreciate y'all for saying y'all differences aside. I needed to see that because I was a huge fan of y'all. So thank you. You too, Keisha. I was a huge fan of y'all. I remember going out getting the Aha single. Okay, so I appreciated that from y'all. Thank you. Why y'all ain't bring Janae Echo out? Why y'all ain't bring her out with y'all? Don't forget, that's how she got her start. She was on TG4. They was a part of all that. Why y'all ain't bring TG4 out with y'all? I went up for that. Child. My first album was the bootleg in middle school. I loved them. Not the bootleg. I went to Walmart and bought their album with my birthday money, some of my birthday money. I went to Walmart and bought my album, bitch. I know you lying. I know you lying. And I remember when their second album came out, I lucked up and got the Raspberry cover. And because I was in love with him back then. I lucked up and got the Raspberry cover. But y'all remember that? When they had their individual um covers of their second album, Pandemonium, I had the Raspberry, but I lucked up. Once again, going to Walmart, I lucked up and they had his shit. I was so excited. I got that shit. Y'all remember that? Mm-hmm. T, did you have Face Off? I did not. Speaking of, let's get to Bow Wow. Shout out to Maya. Maya, you shut shit down. Thank you so much. I needed that for me because I don't feel as though you get the proper recognition you deserve. I feel like you get overlooked a lot. So thank you for going out here and reminding the people of who you is. Again, I remember watching the music videos back in the day. I think it was on MTV. I remember watching the shits when they were just showing music videos for like an hour or two back in the gap. I remember sitting there waiting for the moving on video to come on. Again, I bought her album from Walmart when I was in the fourth grade in 98. Yes, I did. I remember getting Maya's first album. I said, I appreciate you, Maya. Thank you for my vindication. And that's back when albums was like $9, $10. All right. That's back when they was that price. That was before they started being $14.99, $15.99, $16.99. That was before that. I think Maya never sold out to the industry. That gotta be. That gotta be. But yeah, Bow Wow, I appreciated Bow Wow. I did. I appreciated Bow Wow. I appreciated Shad. Ain't a Shad, a Shot. I appreciate Shad. I think a Shot. I appreciate Shad. I appreciate Shad for doing what he do. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate him for getting recognition. And like I said, he helped 106 and Park become something. So it was only right and befitting that he was the finale for it. So, I was here for it. I was here for it. You gotta give Shad his things. I know the shenanigans and what he gives now, but you gotta give him his things so far as the music and shit goes. Like you can't take that shit away from him. So I was here for it. I liked the performance. I was down for it. I wasn't mad at it at all. I was for it. He was rapping hard as fuck, wasn't he? He was, right. He was up there rapping for his life, won't he? Lord have mercy. I was here for Clifford. Shout out to Clifford. I was here for Clifford. I won't mad for Clifford being up there. Like I say, I remember Clifford videos being on 106 Park. I remember when his shits was number one. I remember when his shits was number one. Period. I won't mad at Clifford. I won't. I was not mad at Clifford at all. I felt like he gave a real good performance. Y'all know I give him a lot when I got to, but I was here for his performance. I won't mad at him for being there. I was for it. I was for it. Like I say. And A. Marie did good too. I was here for A. Marie. A. Marie gave what I was here for A. Marie. I was, but she could have gave me Why Don't We Fall in Love. I'd have went up. And has she sung I Dad? Oh my God. Take me away from here. Y'all know that's my favorite off of first album. I was there for A. Marie though. I was. I was there for A. Marie. It was a cute performance from her. She didn't do too much. She didn't. Let me see. Did I miss anybody? I don't think so. I gagged the hell out of Keisha. Um, okay. I gagged the hell out of Keisha. Um, Let me see. I talked about Sean. I gagged Ashanti a little bit. I went up for Maya. I went up for T.I. Jim Jones. Jimmy was just there. I gagged the hell out of Keisha again, I say. Um, I went up for A. Marie, by Weezy, B2KZ. Yeah. Shout out to Free. Y'all said Free introduced B2K. I didn't see it. I don't know how I missed that. But whatever. Shout out to Free for being there. Um, I forgot Julissa and Tigger was the damn host for a little bit. I forgot that. Yeah, it was them. After Free and AJ left, it was them. It was Julissa and Tigger. And then it was Terrence and Roxy, right? It was. Because I watched it like this when Julissa and Big Tigger was on it. I watched it like this. You know what I mean? And with Terrence and Roxy, it was like, eh, you know what I mean? Now, when it got to be Bow Wow and then the other six hosts, yeah, I was like this. I was like this at that point. But, when it was AJ and Free, baby, I got my homework done first. So I ain't have to hear Joy Sam out. So when 6 o'clock came, I could sit and watch 106 Park. I could see the new joint of the day. I could see what video was either still number one or what video took the number one spotlight. I remember that being a thing for me during the AJ and Free days. That was me. All right. Even during the summertime, I remember nobody would be outside doing 106 apart. They wouldn't. They'll be outside playing right up until 5 or 5:30, and everybody will go in the house and watch 106 apart. And then the next day, when we see each other or we go to school or something, we talked about that shit. We talked about the new joint of the day, whether we hated it or loved it. Okay, and I remember we were harsh critics even back then. We were very harsh critics even back then as children. So yeah, I remember when Coffee Brown performed too. I remember I never knew their name, but I loved the song. I could never get their name straight, but I loved the song. That's how it was with me. And I knew their name when I was with my cousin. My cousin had their album and she was playing it, and the song came on. And I went up. That's how I figured out who they was. And then I went and got their album. My answer. I never forget when Michelle fell on stage hard. No, Michelle didn't fall. Michelle tumbled. How about that? Michelle didn't fall. She tumbled. Okay, it's a difference. It's a difference. Beyonce fell on stage before. Be clear. Michelle tumbled. It's a completely down the stairs. Like that's what Michelle did. She tumbled down the stairs. So and I remember that. I was at home watching with everybody else. I remember when that happened. I was there for that. So yeah. You remember when AJ and Free announced that they were leaving? It was the end of it. Oh my God, I cried right along with AJ. I remember when AJ announced that and he cried. That made me cry. I did. I did. I cried right along with AJ. I remember him crying. That shit made me cry because that made it real to me. I remember that. Yes. Why you bring that up? CCF Free, we was having a good time and we was having a good conversation and we was remembering the good times. You want to damper it when announcing, when we're making people relive that. Yes, I remember that. I remember that. That broke my heart. I remember that. Yes. Yes. I remember that. That was not a good day. That day took me back to when B2K came. That day remind me of the day when Rasby, Lil Fizz, and J Bug came up there and announced that B2K broke up. I cried that day. Do y'all remember that? I remember when Drew, Demario, and Jarrell came up on it, came up there, sat on them people couch and said that B2K is done through, it's no more because this man not only took our money, he was trying to take our bus. I remember that day. Oh my good, listen, me and my homegirls, listen, we mourned. Me and my homegirls, we mourned. Do you understand? We was wearing black the next day to school. Like it broke. That is, listen, if I'm lying, I'm lying. That took, listen, God bless our soul. Like that, I remember that. Like, yeah, that hurt. The hurt is right here with one another. I remember that. So I cried like Blue from the Temptations died. I'm dead. AJ was mad cool. I remember he was in ATL and I drove past him. He gave me a wink, then sped off. I was so excited. AJ's a fine girl. He's still fine to this day. But oh my, I miss the dreadhead, the locks. I miss the locks, AJ. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all remember when people were speculating that there was something going on between AJ and Free? Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember we was speculating that there was something going on betwixt the two of them, and that's the real reason why Free left? Do y'all remember that? I don't think that ever was proven or disproven, but I do remember that being a thing. I do it well. At least it was amongst me and my homegirls. Okay. It was amongst us. I'm not gonna put that on everybody. Maybe nobody else thought that, but I remember we was speculating and spectating that there was something going on betwixt the both of them, and it must didn't work out, and that was the real reason why Free left, because she couldn't work with him and deal with them emotions at the same time. Because y'all remember she was real shaky and real tight-lipped and hush hush about why she left for a very long time. I remember that being the thing. I do. I remember that. I think they were really close. Yes. Does anyone remember the episode after the? Oh my God! Again, why is you bringing up bad shit? Yeah, I remember being at home. And I remember when that shit happened. I do. I remember when I Miss You was on the number one for a long time. And I remember when More Than a Woman was number one for a long time. Why do y'all want to keep bringing up sad shit? Yes, I remember that. And Left Eye. See, here you go, Keisha. Yes, I remember that. I remember when Tion and Rosanda said on them people. I remember that. See why y'all keep bringing up? Stop. Okay, stop. Yes, I remember that. Yes, don't make us relive them days. Yes, I remember that. Those were the horrible times of 106 in Park. Those were the horrible times of 106. As much as we had good times, or we had some heart wrenching times on 106 in Park. We did. Yes. I remember when AJ and Free would be in the Howard University homecoming parade when I was in high school. 106 and Park was family. It was an escape. Won't it? I remember when Aaliyah was giving away 50,000 and a black Cadillac truck. Yep, I remember when she was promoting and giving away a Cadillac Escalade. That was on 106 and Park. I remember that. Yep, I remember when they I remember that. I remember when that was the new joint of the day. Yep. I remember when that was a new joint of the day. I remember when Resolution was the new joint of the day. I remember a lot of that. I remember a whole slew of new joints of the day that stayed on the 106 and Park lineup. Whether it went number one or whether it was number six or number four or number five, I remember it stayed. I remember all of them. I remember. Oh no, like when Aaliyah came on the 106 and Park promoting the Aaliyah album. Uh-huh. I remember that episode. I remember that episode. And guess what I did? I ran out and got the Aaliyah album. And guess what? That listen, between her self-titled album and the One in a Million album, I don't I don't know which one had more cuts for me. Cause y'all know the One in a Million album is a bop. But so was her self-titled album. Like she has so many like I don't know. Those two albums for me, I don't know. I don't know. Because I could sit and listen to both albums from cover to cover all day if I could. I would, just one after the other. I could and be just fine. So, Oh, me too. Be all my albums at my CD case at my brother's house. I got three of them. Yeah, I got three of them. The big one. So yeah, I got all her albums too, child. Remember when Sean Paul stayed on the countdown? Uh-huh. And Wayne Wonder. Mm-hmm. I remember. I remember. I totally remember. Y'all remember Freestyle Friday? Y'all remember Freestyle Friday? Child. Listen, I bought Lumidee's album. CCF Freak. I bought Lumidee's album just for that song. Just for that song. I never listened to the whole thing. TRL could never. I'm weak. I live for Freestyle Fridays. Child. But yeah, I remember a lot of them, child. I do. All on 106. I remember Tweet when Tweet was the new joint of the day. I fell in love with Tweet, child. I remember that era. Like that was like, listen, listen, nothing beats the 90s. But to be honest, the early part of the 2000 music era, especially the video era, music video era, top tier, my opinion. Nothing beats the 90s. But like it's something about that the beginning and through like the middle part of the early 2000s, especially for the music video era, like Hype Williams is like, you know what I mean? Like he probably should have been one of the damn hosts for the 106 Park 4, be clear. I mean, mm-mm. Like that was just the best time for music, in my opinion. Like I felt like music really dominated that. Like, don't get me wrong, it did for the 90s. I feel like the 90s set up for the 2000s. And like the 2000s, like dominated. Like it was always a new album. It was always a new music video to watch out for. It was always a new concert that was finna happen. Like, and I remember niggas being excited. I remember that. Of course. My brother had a subscription to the Source magazine. He probably still got all of it, and he had a slew of them shits. Like, yeah, my brother had. Y'all remember when album came out on Tuesdays? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. That's when B2K came out. And Brandy's Full Moon album. That's when Brandy Full Moon album came out. A Tuesday. Mm-hmm. I had to make a hard choice, but I chose B2K. I got Brandy later. I did get Brandy Full Moon later. I did. That was Brandy Fall coming out the same time as B2K. Girl, you was not finna beat out B2K. No shade to Brandy, but we just gonna be honest. But because I did get the Full Moon album, so I ain't hating. I'm just saying, and that's one of my albums from her. Yeah, I had a lot of Word Up magazines. I had a lot of. I had a lot of them. I had a lot of Word Up magazines. I think I still do. I think I still saved a lot of them shits. I think they still at my brother's house somewhere. Yeah, I remember Truth Hurts. I had her album. I bought her album before they pulled it off the shelves in the US. Yes, I had Truth Hurts album. I did. I went out and got Truthfully Speaking. I had Truthfully Speaking. Before the record company pulled it off shelves all across the US, I had it. Okay, I did. So yeah, I remember Truth Hurts. Yeah, it was good, Ace. For the most part, everybody did what they do. But for me, the best performance out of everybody, including Bow Wow and B2K, was Maya. For me, Maya was it for me. Okay. 106 in Park was the only place to have Kanye West and 50 Cent promote their albums. Right. There was a lot of people up there promoting their albums. A lot. A lot. A whole lot. I remember when they wanted to be on 106 and Park. Y'all remember them? Y'all remember that? When the artists wanted to be on 106 and Park. When the artist felt like if you made it on 106 and Park and you made it and your album made it or your song made it or your video made it, You made it. I remember that. I remember that. Like, so we can't do 106 Park, baby. Give 106 Park give Miss 106 Park her things. Okay. Give her thing. Free looked horrible. I'm dead. See, did you have Napster, LimeWire, or yeah, I had LimeWire. I told you. I told y'all the story about that. I had LimeWire and she put a virus on my computer with Norton. I told y'all that. I had Norton on my computer. This back in the Norton days. I had Norton. And LimeWire still gave my shit a damn virus. Yeah. Yes, I remember Eve artists wanted to be there. Yeah. Like there was a lot of artists that loved to have been on 106 in Park because they felt like back then during the AJ and Free Day. Um, I remember when Pharrell was premiering Front and he was mad shy at the time. Me too. I remember that. Frontin' was my song. You know I want you, baby. You know what? I got a friend that look just like Pharrell Williams. When I tell y'all that nigga looks just like Pharrell Williams, I swear to God, he looks just like Pharrell Williams. He does. Just like I know a nigga, and y'all, this is no shade. Y'all remember y'all remember Tekken 2? The men do. The fighting game Tekken 2. And y'all remember the man up there, Yoshimitsu? I got a homeboy that looks just like Yoshimitsu. That's no lie. No lie. I got a light-skinned friend that looks just like Yoshimitsu with a little mustache and everything. That is no lie. I'm gonna get a picture. I'm gonna find. I'm gonna find a picture. I'm gonna find a picture because y'all not hearing me. He looks just like him. Like no lie. How you look like Yoshimitsu? That makes no sense. Oh, it don't until you see him. I'm gonna get a picture. Don't worry. I'm gonna get a picture. Y'all are going to listen. I promise y'all gonna die. Talk about something. How you look like Yoshimitsu? Easy. I'm gonna wait until you see him because that's what me and my friend call him. We call him Yoshimitsu. I remember when we ran into that nigga out in Norfolk one night. We ran into him, girl. Me and my friend died. Like, listen, we died. Like, we died laughing. And I remember he couldn't do nothing but laugh. Like, we died laughing. Like, I promise you. Wait till I get a picture. Yeah, he the one with the sword. You know who Yoshimitsu? Yes, that Yoshimitsu. Oh my God. Big bro, I'm gonna get a picture. You are gonna die. Listen. Listen, big bro, we died. Oh my God, we died. Like, listen, I ain't even gonna hold you. But anyway, y'all, I'm about to reach my hour, kinda. I got 9 more minutes. I think I gagged everything. This is a good time because I really gotta go. So I totally appreciate y'all. What was in the cap Lil Wayne had on stage? He looked said, I don't know. I did not see that. Again, I said at the very beginning of this, I did not watch the BET Awards 2025. I did not watch it. All right. I didn't watch Kevin Hart, corny ass. I didn't see none of that. I don't know who won anything. I don't know who didn't win. I don't know who won the Lifetime Achievement Award. I ain't seen none of the other performances. The only thing I saw was the 106 Apart tribute. That was the only thing I really cared about seeing. All right, so I don't know nothing about Lil Wayne. That I did see that he did perform, and I said, "Hoorah!" because he was bitching and moaning and whining and groaning and complaining about not being asked to perform down to the Super Bowl. So I was glad that BET gave him a shoulder. But I mean, I don't know. Um, yeah. Hey y'all gonna have to run this back in the playback because I gotta go. But you said Lil Wayne is dying up there. I don't know. I ain't watching. I didn't watch it. I'm gonna watch it sometime throughout the day now that y'all said here talk about it. Because I did not watch it. I don't know. So I can't talk about what I don't know. I ain't see. I believe y'all though. I do believe if y'all said it, I believe it. You said it wasn't no lifetime achievement. Wait, wasn't no lifetime achievement award. It was the ultimate icon award. Anyway, thank y'all so much for being here. Thank y'all for the likes. I totally appreciate it. Shout out to Bestie for popping up in here. And like I said, Bestie, we can still do a little roast and review thing on with me, you, and JoJo. Just let me know. I'm down for something. But I love for the memories. I got more. I saved it. So let me know. And y'all let me know what y'all thought about it. Let me know if y'all seen it. If y'all haven't seen it, it's on YouTube. It's on BET's YouTube channel. So if you go on BET's YouTube channel, y'all will see it. It'll pop up. And with that, that's it. That's all. I ain't got no more. And I'll holler at y'all soon. Bye.